I'd like to speak to you about Bellow for a minute, because I know that when he first started to write, you wrote very favorable criticisms of his early books, and I know that you consider The Victim one of the best American novels that we have. In fact, the whole relationship to Bellow is a very complicated one. I was wondering if you could kind of sketch briefly what the relationship has been between you and Saul.
Yeah, well, I've known Saul Bellow for a very long time, since about 1938. In 1938, I went to the University of Wisconsin to do graduate work, and I didn't like Madison very much at first, and I used to flee to Chicago, which after all is only 150 miles away, every time I had a chance. And while I was there, I met Saul Bellow and lots of other people, including Lionel Abel, who's now a member of the department here in Buffalo, and a very extraordinary figure who's never been given his due, called Isaac Rosenfeld, who was the great influence on Saul Bellow, and so forth. And everybody then was somebody who had one novel which he had decided was no good and had thrown away. And as I remember it, Saul Bellow's novel that he threw away. The novel which Saul Bellow threw away was a novel about, sounds like a very odd subject for him, a white anthropologist who finds himself turning into a black man. I think he's probably burned all the pages of it, and I sometimes think I just dreamed this or imagined it.
Sounds like a perfect topic for you.
And at any rate, you know, and we all talked together as people who had all kinds of ambitions and very little recognition. And then he began to publish stories and things in Partisan Review, and finally his first novel, Dangling Man, first published novel, came out. And it was a question of saying a good word for somebody whose own ambitions and dreams and images were so tangled with my own, I felt as if I were talking for myself. I mean, there was a kind of fuss. And then as the years went on, we separated out a good deal, but I still continued to see Bellow up through the time he went to the University of Minnesota. You know, he's a funny